I'm Robin Carey, CEO of Social Media Today, and I'm speaking at South by Southwest with Amber Armstrong, who's the Program Director for Social, Mobile, and Commerce at IBM. Amber, thank you for talking today, and also thank you for putting together with Social Media Today this fantastic breakfast that we had yesterday. Yeah. We looked at the new way to work, which is hashtag new way to work if you want to learn more about it. And we talked about IBM's launching this incredible productivity product called Verse. What's the history of Verse? Why Verse? Why now? Why IBM? Why anything for that matter?
Yeah. Well, we really felt that email was not helping at all from a productivity perspective. It truly is taking away from people's productivity, and when there's a huge need to be able to get what you want to get done when you want to get it done. And so we decided to start from the ground up and build an email solution that really understands you. It actually starts to learn you, and it's tied into Watson and all that kind of great stuff. And then it also has analytics behind it. So it actually starts to personalize itself for you. And then also it's focused on as team-based analytics. So it really smartly understands how to connect to you with your whole organization. It can tell you kind of how you're connected to people, and especially in a larger company, that's really important.
Oh, it's so cool. So there's so much in what you just said. Let me see if I can understand it as a non-technology person.
Sure.
So I'm almost hearing that this is going to do to email what Spotify did for my understanding of my favorite music, but not just what I like, but if I like this, then what else I might like. So there's that element which is driven by Watson. Okay, does that sound about right?
It understands what's important to you. It understands the people that are important to you. It understands how you want to interact in your email.
Wow.
And really takes that whole prioritization and sets it for you, custom for you.
Is it going to take over my email, or is it going to work with existing platforms?
It will be your email.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, well, so we actually have
I'm about ready to get rid of mine. So.
Yeah, we all are. We all are. Yeah. It's so true. So we actually have, if you go to ibm.com/verse, you'll see that you can actually get into, you can get in line right now to get into a beta. And you can get, Robin at ibmverse.com and be able to get in there and start to experience what it's like, all the file sharing capabilities, all the interaction that's all kind of built in. And the way that it's tied into New Way to Work is we really believe that, we call it email because we got to anchor it in something that people understand, but it's so much more than that we really think that it's really going to change how people work.
So, I think the layperson understands that IBM, has this amazing legacy for mainframes, and then more recently, providing very high-end consulting services to big companies on their hardware and software needs and what the strategy behind that is. This is really a departure, isn't it? I mean, you're going right to me, the individual worker person, right?
Yeah, it's free. I mean,
wow. IBM's giving something away.
Yes.
Oh,
IBM's giving something away. We're also giving away our Watson Analytics offering for free. They're available on SaaS and just super easily accessible, and we think both Watson Analytics and IBM Verse are really an important part of a new way to work.
Wow.
And so we're tying those products in together, but you can get either one of those.
So take us a little behind the scenes on how this happened, because this is just an enormous change of strategy for the company.
It is. It's really about, we had all these conversations about, what do we call this thing? And, it's really about business communication overall. And business communication is so fundamental in how you actually work. You can't work without communicating, and it can also impede your progress and your success longer term.
Right.
And so if we can figure out how to actually give people a new way to work that takes away all the clutter that, how many of your emails do you actually read?
Yeah, but what I love about this is, as a sometime amateur student of history, is that that's how IBM started. IBM started with productivity machines, right? Let's make it possible for people to add all of that, all those numbers and do it in real time. It's kind of going back to the roots in some way to make people just be able to do more interesting work and have a higher value work.
And it's bringing in all these things that are coming together at the same time, right? So it's social mail. That's incredibly important.
Right.
It's available on mobile.
But you can certainly...
But you bring the whole social, so you think about in an enterprise, one of the most important things to people being successful is being able to understand who is in that enterprise, what their talents are and what their skills are and how you might connect with them. And to be able to, you can take, for example, an email and with a click of a button, you can turn it into a blog post.
Wow.
So then multiple people can come in and start interacting. So it's true social email.
Wow.
So not just, you know, media feeds, that sort of thing, but really social email.
Because some of my best thoughts are in my email.
That's true. And then there's also the whole mobile piece, the analytics, and it's on the cloud. So bringing all of these things together into one product is really, we're excited about that. It's a lot of the things that you hear us talking about when we talk about Verse is our design thinking that went into it. And so it was developed by our design studio, and it was the second thing that they developed ever. It's this huge investment that IBM has made into design. The group's led by Phil Gilbert. And they really created this email solution from the ground up, you know, to really make it something that would be exactly what people need, and not designing it with an end in mind, but figuring out along the way what problems are people trying to solve, and how do we solve those problems, and not starting with a solution.
I think this is so brilliant, because if you look at the sort of broad landscape of leading technology companies, how frequently these days is Salesforce or Oracle actually doing something in-house, right? And you guys have, as you said, you took the design studios, which are amazing. I've been fortunate enough to see one of them in New York, and you've used your own internal resources to come through with, you know, a breakthrough product. I think that is incredible, because of course if it's your own thing, then you're not waiting for months for everybody to figure out how to work together. It's homegrown, it's internal. How is it going to sort of become part of the other parts of the IBM strategy? Part of cloud, part of Watson? I mean,
it's built on SoftLayer.
Okay.
So it's already on the cloud. It's already got analytics and Watson and all that stuff coming into it. So it's all it was born that way. So it's not a retrofit at all.
Interesting. So again, give us a little bit of the behind the scenes on this. I mean, how long did it take to develop the product? You said that this has the support of management. We've talked a little bit about this, but I happen to be a huge fan of Jenny Rometty's. I mean, tell me what role she played here.
She's very involved with IBM Verse. She's very excited about it. She played a big role in deciding to use the new way to work. You know, it's when your CEO is getting involved in picking hashtags and themes like that, you know, it's something that's really it's really important.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's
great. But she hears from your top customers what their big frustrations are. But you've tied that kind of concern, and someone at the level she talks to, they're going to be interested only in ROI, productivity, shareholder value, et cetera. And you've taken that and you've taken it down to the most fundamental level, which is the individual user. Right?
Well, and she believes so strongly in this product that at our first quarter announcement, she said, and by the way, you will all, as IBMers, 400,000 plus IBMers, you're all moving to Verse.
Wow.
So, you know, get ready. And
get used to it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, you know, I'm in this little bit of a sticky situation, so I got invited to join into Verse because we're obviously ramping people on. And I've been so busy with South by Southwest and some of the work that you and I have been doing that I can't find the email that is inviting me to get into Verse, and it's beyond ironic, but that's going to be my project for tonight.
Well, so when is it finally coming out? Have you announced it?
At the end of this month, it's general availability.
Wow.
So yeah. So
and I don't mean finally. I mean, I think that it's been one of the most rapid things I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no, we did our initial launch was November 18th in New York City.
Right.
We have a launch actually coming up in the middle of next week in CeBIT in Europe.
Wow.
And so we're going to start to repeat a lot of those materials and start to really customize it, telling some of the customers from Europe that are already on the solution. We've had customers in this for a long time, right, where they've been in there helping us build it, right? So building it from a customer perspective and putting it in their environments and learning from what works for them and what doesn't work for them.
One of the things that I've heard Sandy Carter say is that and this was your own research that she discussed last year, that the companies that are successful, the companies that are the real leaders right now in innovation, the pace setters, I think they call them, they're the ones who partner, and they partner in the most creative ways, right? And IBM's embrace of startups and entrepreneurs has been incredible, really.
Yeah.
You've created this whole community around them, and you've got a special event coming up Monday night, two nights from now, in which you're going to really display some of the best, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're running a competition. If you want to read about it, you can go to ibm.com/new way to start up. We think it's going to be so insanely fun. So one of the things that we wanted to do was to help entrepreneurs, particularly millennial-led entrepreneurs, to really understand that Verse isn't just an enterprise. You know, IBM's not just for enterprise. IBM Verse is actually for startups, and it can scale to what you need it to be. And so what we're doing is we brought in 10 startups. They're here with us in South by Southwest. They're going to pitch on Monday night. We're also going to have a whiskey tasting and a live band, and we're going to try to make it pretty fun.
This is South by, after all.
It is South by. And so then we're going to narrow them down to 5. We have a set of judges. They're going to narrow them down to 5. Then we're going to bring those 5 companies back, those 5 entrepreneurs, we're going to bring them back in the middle of April. We're going to have them live in a house out by the lake, which is very beautiful. And they are going to live with their mentors for a week. We're going to film the whole thing, and we're going to release it as a reality TV show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
We think it's going to be really fun.
It's like a real world Silicon Valley. Yeah, I love this.
And over the week, they're going to be using IBM Verse, Watson Analytics, and some other tools to help them grow and really speed up the growth of their business.
That's fantastic. That's just amazing. So that, again, that's going to be, the hashtag to follow is?
So IBM Verse, and then the website is www.ibm.com/new way to start up.
Right, if you want to get more information on that. I think that's fantastic. So we had a wonderful panel discussion yesterday about the new way to work, and the question that we asked was, who's going to determine the new way to work? Will it be startups? Will it be executives? Will it be change agents? And we had a broad variety of them. And as you know, I put them on the spot at the end, and I said, okay, if you didn't work for IBM, if you didn't work for Nissan, if you didn't work for REI, if you didn't work for Splash, where would you want to work? Okay, so now you have to answer this question, and I'm going to take advantage of you because I know what a great job you have, right? You have enormous resources, and yet you have the confidence of your management to do some very creative marketing. But having said all that, if all that ended tomorrow, where would you want to go?
If all that ended tomorrow, I would be so incredibly sad, Robin. I would be so sad.
All right, if all of that ended in a year, okay?
Truly, I feel like I am in a startup inside of IBM, and that's where my passion is, and trying things and innovating and seeing what works. I mean, we're doing pedicab confessions here. We are doing a Gen Y event that Amy Tennyson led and really drove. There's so many things. We're on Jimmy Kimmel Live on Tuesday night. I just came, as you know, from the filming very hurriedly over here. I can't imagine. I truly can't imagine a place I'd rather be. So I really can't even answer it. I mean. Well,
I'm going to infuriate your management at IBM by saying that I know because of your rigorous testing and your understanding of social, you're going to have recruiters beating a path to your door. But again, sorry about that, her managers. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you at length. I'm really grateful that you stopped by to give us some of your insight and tell us about what's going on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.